So whenever you're set up, just take a cross-legged seat on your mat. We'll just start seated. You can rest your hands on your knees. And I'm in a new room today, so let me know if you're having trouble hearing or if the echo is too much. Just let me know. You can begin by closing down the eyes. And take a clearing breath. So a big breath in. Fill up the lungs. And sigh it out. Let it go. One more clearing breath. And let it go. Come back to your normal breath, your natural breath. We're going to focus our practice on letting go. So our mantra can just be let go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. One more, inhale, let. Exhale, go. We will be holding our poses a little bit longer for our yin practice. So if something doesn't feel right, you can come out of it or ease off. You can take a midway shavasana, whatever you need. Listen to your body. This is your practice. Let's start off with a big inhale to reach our arms up overhead. Palms touch, optional back bend. Exhale down through the heart. One more inhale to reach the arms up. Take a mini back bend if it feels good for you. Just looking back and up. And then down to the heart. One more, reach it up. And this time we're gonna drop a right hand to left knee, left hand behind the back. Sorry about that, our fire alarm's going off. And twist. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And reach it up. And switch sides, left hand to right knee, right hand behind the back. Twisting gently through the spine. And come back to center. Here, we're just gonna go ahead and roll back to lie on our backs. Take your time to get there. And when you come down to your back, walk the feet out a little bit further than hip distance apart, so about mat width. Let the knees tent in. And just allow the lower back to settle down into the mat. Maybe walk those shoulder blades underneath the spine. And allow the back body just to let go into the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Let's release the tension through our back. Allow it to sink into the ground. Taking this time to rest your body rather than laying on the couch watching TV. You're allowing the body to straighten, to click into place, to stretch, to release. Begin to walk the feet in, hip width apart, so separate the knees. We're going to reach up that right leg. Press the heel up. You should feel a nice hamstring stretch here, up the back of the leg. Press out through that heel. If this is too intense, you can bend the knee for a second and re-engage. While we're holding this gentle pose here, it may not feel like we're doing much, but we're gently stretching out through the hamstring without rounding forward. So this is a little easier on our back. You can begin to bend the knee. And here we're going to come into a half happy baby. So grab that right hand and reach for the outside of right foot. And come into a little half happy baby. So that left foot stays planted, or you can extend. Left hand stays down or on the belly. If this is too much, grabbing hold of the foot, try to grab hold of the calf. You're kind of using your arm muscles here to grab a hold, but it's a little easier on the hips. Feel the hips slightly open up here, just one at a time. You can wiggle around if you like in your half happy baby, just rolling one side to the other. And let's straighten it back up. Press out through that heel. If you have that left leg extended, bring it back up and plant the foot, bend the knee. We're going to bring that right ankle over top of left knee into a reclined figure four. So you can relax the right foot. Take a breath here. You're welcome to stay right as you are, or take it a little further, pressing into that right leg, opening the hip up further. Gently opening. If you want to take it a little further than that, you can wiggle the left foot forward, a little closer to the body, and continue pressing. Or you can lift the legs up as a package and interlace the fingers behind left thigh. And just gently pulling the legs closer to the body. You'll feel a stretch through the hip, through the glute. This right side should feel so good, so stretched out. Try to keep the shoulders as close to the mat as you can. If you are pulling the legs together forward. Take a deep breath here. Holding the stillness. What else can you let go of? What could you let go of from today? What doesn't serve you? If you can visualize it, let it go. We'll hold about 5 more breaths in our reclined figure 4 on the right side. When you're finished, that final breath, you can go ahead, open the arms to a T, drop the left foot down to the mat if you had it lifted, and we're gonna lower the legs to the left into a twist. So lower the legs as they are in that package and begin to look over to the right, so looking away from the legs. You can close down the eyes here if that feels good for you, or soften your gaze. What brought you to your mat today? What do you need a little more of in your evening? Feel the gentle twist through the spine. Just working the right side right now. Inhale, take a big breath in. And release. Let it go. Let go of that breath. Let go of your day so far. Let go of the expectations for yourself. We'll take about 3 more breaths right here. When you feel ready, go ahead and gently pull those knees back to center. Let's lower the right foot and just allow the spine to click back into place. Just give it a minute. Allow it to rest. You can keep your right foot planted, and let's go ahead and lift the left, pressing the heel up to the ceiling. You might notice your left is a little tighter than the right, or vice versa. That's okay. Gently stretching the hamstring of the left leg. Letting go of the tightness in the body. Again, if you need to relax and re-engage, go ahead. If your hamstrings are particularly tight today, that's okay. Give them a break and come back. When you're ready, you can begin to bend that left knee and reach for the outside of left foot for your happy baby. If this is uncomfortable, you can grab from behind the calf there. Hold it a little closer so you're still opening that hip a little bit. Play around with it, whatever works for your body. If you're holding that happy baby, you can maybe wiggle around, rock side to side. Be gentle on those hip flexors. If you want to extend the right leg long, that's okay too, or keep it planted, whatever works. We'll stay here about 5 more breaths. If you have that right leg extended, take your time to plant that foot back on the mat. Taking our final breath in happy baby. And extend that left leg back up, pressing through the heel, stretch that hamstring. Let go of that. Let's begin to cross over that left ankle over right knee, coming into a figure four. Here you can gently press out the left leg away, opening the hip. And you're welcome to wiggle that right foot forward a little bit, closer toward the body for a bit more of a stretch. And if it feels good for you, bring the hands behind that right thigh, interlace the fingers, lower the head back down if you lifted it, and pull that package closer towards you. Pull those legs in the exact position they're in. You should feel a stretch through the glute, the thigh, maybe even the low back, the hip flexors. And let's continue to flex that right foot, the left foot. Right foot relaxed, left foot flexed. Come back to that breath. Fill the lungs with one big inhale. And let it go. And bring it in. And let it go. Pull those legs a little bit closer for 3 more breaths. When you finish that last exhale, take those arms into a T, lower that right foot, and let's drop the legs over to the right so that left foot is down on the ground. Looking away from the legs, we're going to look left. Take your twist on the other side. Feel the gentle release through the back, through the spine. Coming back to that breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Embracing the silence, the quiet, the stillness of our yin practice. Resting the mind, the body, resting the heart. Feel the body sink into the mat. Feeling it melt down. Take 2 more full rounds of breath here. Enjoying the twist. When you're ready, rolling those legs back to center. Take that left foot off. We're gonna raise the left arm above the head. Begin to roll to the left side. We're gonna fully roll onto our bellies. I'm just turning around. But fully roll onto our bellies with a pillow nearby. So you wanna have one pillow. Bring it close. We're gonna come into our Sphinx pose. So rest the palms down on the mat, the forearms. Walk the elbows underneath the shoulders. And look back behind you. Are the feet lined up? Are they splayed out too close? Let them nice and straight. We'll grab that pillow and support our Sphinx, tucking it under the top part of the belly. So just the very top of the belly, tuck it under and allow the chest to gently rest. I'm still shaking the cold, so being a little more upright is so nice. I'm sorry if my voice is a little clogged up. Keep your gaze toward the upper part of your mat. So you don't want it right ahead, you don't want it straight down. Right along the top of the mat is where your gaze should be. Just being mindful of our neck. Allow the shoulders to come down the back. We don't want them hunched. Relaxing the shoulder blades. You should feel a gentle bend in the back, low back. Come back to that breath. If your mind has wandered, focus on that inhale and the exhale. Slow down the breath. Can you do it at half the speed? Take 5 more rounds of breath in our supported space. When you're finished that final exhale, take your time. Bring the hands below the shoulders and begin to press your way up. We're going to open the knees wide to the outside edge of the mat. Grab your pillows. Bring them nice and close right between the legs. Let's take a supported child's pose just to counter that back bend. Walking the hands forward, dropping one side of the face. Wiggle around until you get comfortable and allow the chest to rest. Releasing through the arms, the shoulders. Release the breath. Take a big exhale here, sigh it out. Let it go. Wrap the arms around the pillows. Giving them a hug. Here we can drop the other side of the face, giving the neck an equal stretch. When you feel ready, take your time, press into the hands, lifting yourself up. We're going to leave the pillows where they are. If you want, you can just move them up the mat a little bit. Coming into our supported fish, my favorite pose. So we're going to take a seat facing away from the pillows, from the bolster, whatever you have. We're nice and close to the back. Stack them up as tall as you like. I prefer them high, but it's my preference. You can always change it when you're there. And you have two options for the legs. You can leave them extended or take a reclined butterfly leg here. So bringing the soles of the feet together. When you're ready, begin to walk yourself back to rest the back on the props. You can tuck the shoulder blades under. Hands can rest on the belly or flop out to the sides. You can play around with where you want the legs. If you want more of a challenge, stretching the hips, bringing the feet closer to the body, keeping the soles together. If you need to ease off, you can just extend them. Taking a big clearing breath here. So big inhale. Sigh it out, let it go. Feel the openness of the breath. Feel that chest open right up, elevated. The lungs open. Taking in some fresh air. Helping our brains enjoy the way that the back is bending in your supported fish. This is one of my favorite poses because my back never ever takes the shape unless it's just in this pose. We'll take about 5 more rounds of breath in this pose. When you're ready, slowly begin to close the legs if you have them in or reclined butterfly. Straighten them out. We take a little stretch, point the toes, and make your way down to the mat, slowly rolling off of your pillows, and just bring them over to the side, and we're going to use them again. So take your time rolling onto your back, being mindful of the shape you were just in, resting on the back. Walk those feet out mat width apart, tent the knees in, let the spine settle. Maybe give those arms a stretch up, reaching. Big stretch. We're going to bring the knees in toward the chest. Grab a hold and circle them around. Giving that low back a little massage, keeping them together. You can drop the feet. Reach for those pillows. We're going to walk the feet nice and close to the body, coming to a bridge. So plant the palms onto the mat, press into the heels nice and low, keeping it nice and low. Only lifting the hips about 25%, maybe 50%. We're not fully lifting to our bridge quite yet. Just gentle. Just lifting a quarter or halfway. Now let's press them up. We're going to support our bridge. So if you need to, you can press into the toes to lift the hips a little higher. And here is where you tuck your props under. So just dragging them and placing them right under the bottom. Make sure it's not too high and it's just high enough. You can adjust it how you need. And slowly lowering the hips to rest. You're welcome to keep the feet planted or walk them out. A little bit more of a challenge. Opens up the front body, gives it a nice stretch. Hands can rest on the belly or out to the side. Releasing in your bridge. Giving the spine a lot of work on this Monday evening. Stretching it so many different ways, warming up the body for our week to come. The mind wanders. Come back to that breath. Staying in our supported bridge for a few more moments. Just observing how the body feels. How does this pose make you feel? Does it make you feel open? Does it make you feel relaxed? Maybe it makes you uncomfortable. Just noticing. When you're ready, begin to slide the feet in nice and close, planting the soles of the feet, and slowly pressing the hips up, coming to the toes if needed, and begin to remove those props, sliding them down, but still at arm's reach. Lower the heels, and very slowly begin to lower the back, one vertebrae at a time, and the hips are the last to lower. When you lower those hips, allow the spine to settle for 3 breaths. Staying in stillness right here. Begin to pull the knees back into the chest, grabbing one knee in each hand, circle them away from each other. Helping to lower the back down to the mat. Release tension through the hips. Other direction. And you can plant the feet. We're going to grab those pillows one last time, tucking them underneath the knees. Walking those feet a little further than hip width apart. Getting nice and comfortable for your final Shavasana. Wiggle around. Grab a blanket if you want one. Tucking the shoulder blades underneath the back. Taking a big breath in through the nose. And letting it go. One more. Allowing the body to settle. Your final pose, the most important one of the practice. You can have the palms up for a gesture of receiving, or put palms down for a gesture of grounding. Coming back to our mantra of let it go. You can let go of your practice. Let go of your day, your week, this month, whatever you need to, whatever doesn't serve you. Starting fresh right now. Release through the legs, the feet, the knees. Releasing through the thighs, the hips, the low back. Release through the spine, the upper back, the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Release the neck and head, relaxing down to the mat. Taking up space and time. Treating your body the way it needs to be treated. Release the tongue of the roof of your mouth. Release the jaw. Staying here as long as you need to tonight. On your mat, taking up space. I hope you had a wonderful practice. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste.